So today's takeaway session, what we've decided to do is we're going to base our entire session on sprinting. So we want to go through different aspects of sprinting. You want to go through the actual acceleration into your top speed, and then obviously the mechanics based around each and every sort of aspect of sprinting. A couple of the aspects that we're going to look at while conducting our sprints is the angles of which we conduct our acceleration. So technically you want to be at about a 45-degree angle at your takeoff. Really help with that, what we call a triple extension, so the extension of your ankle, knee and hip to assert as much power out of your blocks as possible if you're a sprinter. At the same time, we're going to look at your ground contact time. Within your ground contact time, this actually means is how much time you're actually spending on the ground of every step. So ideally with a lot of sprinting is we want to minimize the amount of time we spend on the ground, but the ground that is the time that is spent on the ground will be translated into as much speed and as much force as possible. Ideally, when we're sprinting as well, when we're taking off during our mechanics, we want to be looking at a lot of things to do with the foot. Ideally, we want to be on the ball of our feet, especially like I said, during our triple extension. Start that again. When we look at linear top speed, we want to look at your body position. Within your body position, you want to be quite upright, shoulders relaxed. You want to have a nice arm drive, nice knee drive, and what we call the cycle phase, which is how the leg or the knee goes from underneath your body, underneath your hips, back cycling up towards about a 90-degree angle, and then back down underneath the hip again to assert that force going forward. Okay, so what we've done throughout these demonstrations is it's simply to help you understand the basics and the progressions and regressions based around sprinting. So ideally what we want to try and achieve here is to make sure that you are optimally using these mechanic drills in order to better your sprinting. So how we're going to do that is by showing you the drills. If you look throughout the video, we'll explain each drill, each video, and how we progress through that. So a lot of people will say, why do we use these drills? Why do we need to know how to sprint or sprint correctly? So obviously there are a whole lot of different aspects that we can look at here. First aspect that I want us to look at is the fact that a lot of sport that we play in today's world requires some form of sprinting. Whether you rugby, netball, football, soccer, tennis, any of these types of sports, you're sprinting at some point in time, or at least accelerating in some point of these games or sports. So if we can do these accelerations, these top end sprints, linear, can do these top end sprints, ideally what we want to try focus on is make sure that we are using the body efficiently. So if we're using the body efficiently, the whole idea is that we are using less energy. If you're using less energy, it means you can translate that energy that hasn't been used into the correct manner.